Today, I'm going to talk to you about one phrasal verb with 20 different meanings, and that phrasal verb is pick up. Hey everyone, my name is Wes from interactiveenglishvideos.com, and we are all about helping you practice and improve your English so that you can achieve fluency. And today I want to talk to you about a phrasal verb, just one phrasal verb, and that is pick up. And I want to teach you 20 different meanings for this one phrasal verb. And this is very useful because, well, especially phrasal verbs, many of them have multiple meanings. But what I want to do is give you specific examples as to when a person might use each of these meanings so that you have something to associate it with. And the goal is not for you to memorize all of these different meanings. Just try to follow along and understand the examples that I give you, because the more you read, the more you listen, over time, you will learn all of these different meanings and you'll be able to use them correctly. So let's get into it. The first meaning is just to lift something up, or you could lift someone up and you're using your arms to lift this thing up. For example, I have a baby girl and I like to lift her up and hold her in my arms. I can lift her up, to lift something up. Pick up also means to make someone feel better. And I think often, like kind of when you're getting ready to start doing something. For example, I could say my morning coffee really picks me up and I can just get going and start my day. It picks me up. It makes me feel better. In this same context, you could use it as a noun. You may hear somebody say, you know, I need a little pick me up. And this is, again, it's something to make you feel better so that you can get going. I just need a little pick-me-up. But it's true, drinking coffee in the morning, it picks me up, I feel a little better, and then I can start my day.
But I like coffee. It picks me up and never lets me down.
Also gives you heartburn and flattens your adrenals.
It also means to get back up after being knocked to the ground. And I guess you could say that you could use this both literally and figuratively. So literally would be if you actually fall to the ground. Maybe you bump into someone, or perhaps you're playing a sport, a physical activity, and you fall to the ground and you need to pick yourself back up. A figurative example would be like if you get knocked down mentally, that you are really sad or upset, and then another person might tell you, like, you got to keep going. You got to just pick yourself up and keep going. Perhaps somebody maybe loses their job and they're really sad about it, and their friend might try to encourage them and say, look, you got to pick yourself up, keep going, go apply for other jobs, just pick yourself right back up and keep fighting.
But my advice is stop crying.
I'm not crying, I'm sweating.
Look, you need to pick yourself up. Man up.
Pick up also means that something is improving or developing. Basically, it's getting better. And I would tell you to think about maybe like the economy or a business. You may hear it used in that context. Somebody could say like, well, when's the economy going to pick up? When's it going to improve and get better? Or a business, somebody could say, well, lately business, it's really picking up. It's improving, it's developing, it's picking up. Pick up also means to collect someone, typically by car. You have a car and then you will go pick someone up and you will collect that person. And you will hear it used with this meaning all the time. When are you going to pick me up? Where are you going to pick me up? Somebody needs to come pick me up.
Pick me up at 7.
So you'll pick me up at 8?
What time do you want to pick me up?
Sunday, you will pick Ellie up.
My own brother picks me up in a police car.
Then we have the meaning of, well, cleaning or tidying some area. You just want to make it look nicer, and you could say that you're going to pick up your room, or maybe you're talking about your home, and like, yeah, I need to pick up a few things around the home. I need to clean it a little bit, make it look a little nicer. I just need to pick up around the home. My mom would always tell me this when I was a kid, and she would always tell me, look, Wes, you got to go pick up your room. Before you go outside and play, before you do anything, go pick up your room.
Maybe we could work out some kind of a deal. You, pick up around the place.
Then we have the meaning to arrest someone. So you know that with this meaning, we're talking about the police. That the police might pick someone up, they would arrest them. I could say, well, last night, the police, they picked up a suspect, and we'll see. We'll see if they committed the crime, but but they picked up a suspect last night. Just want to let you know the area is safe because they picked up that suspect. All right. So again, listen for this meaning, especially if you're watching a crime show or some movie that involves the police. See if you can listen for this phrasal verb and try to identify it. It is quite common, and you might hear somebody talk about the police picking someone up.
Two detectives are on their way from Sweden to pick up the suspect. Please make them feel welcome.
The next meaning is to try and talk to someone in order to create some sort of relationship, especially if you're talking about a sexual relationship. And this is a meaning that's very informal. You would maybe hear it like young men might say something like, oh, let's go out to the bars tonight and we'll try to pick up some girls. We'll try to talk to them and have a sexual relationship to pick someone up. It's not, I mean, women could use it as well if they want to try to meet a man, but anytime that a person wants to informally have some sexual relationship, they might use this phrasal verb in that context to pick someone up.
Okay, just the idea of you and he and all these women.
No, you can't take him away from me. I got a great partner to pick up girls with, finally.
Then we have the meaning to pay for something. And in this case, I think about, well, like a bill. That there is some service that you need to pay for. Maybe you're at a restaurant and somebody could say, well, who's going to pick up the bill? I'm not going to pick up the bill. Maybe you don't want to pick up the bill. I don't know who's going to pick up the bill. And in that case, they're talking about paying for this service. And I think this is commonly used when you're eating out at a restaurant and somebody would pick up the bill. Now, another meaning which is very similar is that you can also use pick up to say that you are buying something. And I say it's similar because both of them involve money, but it's different in that you're talking about you're actually buying some physical thing. Like I could say that, we went to the grocery store and we picked up some great deals. Something was on sale and we picked up these different items. We bought them. Or maybe I find a really good deal on a TV and say, well, I picked up a big screen TV that was on sale. It was a good deal and I picked it up. I didn't, physically pick it up. I'm saying that I bought this thing. I picked it up.
Luckily, I just picked up a new bottle of lavender essential oil. Turn around.
Pick up also means to understand information. And there's a funny little expression in English that goes, are you picking up what I'm putting down? I'm serious. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I'm basically asking, are you picking up? Do you understand the information that I'm putting down? The information that I'm telling you? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? That's just a fun little sentence, but it really kind of highlights the meaning of, well, understanding information. Pick up.
You're picking up what I'm putting down.
All right. I know what's going on here. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
It also means to acquire some skill or talent over a period of time. And I think learning languages is a great example when using the phrasal verb like this. So I could say that right now, you guys, you're trying to pick up English. You're trying to learn the English language. So we can use it when talking about languages. You could use it talking about, well, a skill like maybe a musical instrument. And I could say, I'm trying to pick up guitar at the moment. It's taking some time, but I'm just hopefully one day I'll pick it up. I will learn this thing. I will learn this skill. I'll pick it up.
Yesterday, good day, birthday.
Oh, I'm impressed. He seems to be picking us English up pretty fast.
We can also use pick up to talk about acquiring an illness or disease. That if you get sick and you got it from someone else, you might pick it up from that person. Or an example, I could say, well, last week I picked up a really bad cold at work. So many people were sick and I picked up this cold. I picked up this illness, this disease.
But I was visiting that bird town on business when I came down with some lightheadedness. I'm afraid I might have picked up swine flu.
If you'd like to see a doctor, you'll have to fill out the paperwork.
We can also use pick up to talk about starting again or just to continue. So if you're doing something and you stop, you are going to continue at that point. You are going to pick up there. You're not going to start back at the beginning. And in that case, you might hear somebody say, let's pick up where we left off. That you were doing some activity, you stopped, and then you're going to pick up where you left off.
We can pick up where we left off.
Listen, Ella,
we could just pick up from where we left off.
What do you say?
We pick up where we left off.
Pick up can mean to receive or detect some kind of sound or even a signal. And in this case, I would tell you, think about your cell phone. And sometimes you can't use your cell phone because you're not picking up a signal. You're not picking anything up. And that is a great example as to when you would use this meaning, to detect a sound or a signal.
As you and the others know, we hiked up the mountain in an attempt to help the rescue team locate us.
Transceiver failed to pick up a signal.
It also means to identify something. And what I would tell you to think about maybe doctors, and you could say that, well, doctors are able to pick up early signs of a heart attack, and you're able to identify some sort of sign, and you would pick it up. It also means to notice something that is not obvious. So this is a little similar, but the not obvious part is different. So the example that I would give you would be, think of a dog, maybe a police dog. And you could say, well, the dog is able to pick up the scent. That if the dog is looking for the criminal, you could say, well, the dog is able to pick up the scent because it's not obvious to everyone else, but the dog can notice it. The dog can pick up the scent. And then hopefully if they find the criminal, then the police, well, they'll pick up the criminal. They will arrest them.
Come on, Scooby, pick up the scent. Correct. No scent. He has to have a scent.
Pick up also means to accelerate, to go faster. And you might hear somebody talking about picking up the pace. And I could say, well, we were hiking up the mountain and we picked up our pace and we reached the top in record time. Because we picked up our pace, we accelerated, we went faster. Then there is another very common use of this phrasal verb, this meaning, which is just to answer your phone, to pick up the phone, to answer it. And I think you might use it. I use it quite a bit. If you're trying to call somebody, nobody's answering, you'd say, well, nobody's picking up. Why isn't anybody picking up the phone? Somebody needs to answer it, but they're not picking up.
Pick up, pick up, pick up, pick up.
Pick up, pick up, pick up, pick up.
Pick up, pick up, pick up. Pick up, pick up, pick up.
And then we have to defend an opposing player. And this would be used with sports, that you need to pick up some other person. So whether you're talking about, well, basketball, maybe you're watching a game and somebody'd say, you need to pick up your man. You need to defend this person. Or even in soccer, somebody could say, well, who's going to pick up this player right here? Who's going to defend this person?
Move out on the ball! Pick him up! Pick him up! Pick him up! Pick him up!
So right now you are picking up the English language and you are doing an excellent job because you are able to learn and pick up the different meanings of this one phrasal verb. And I know that it can be confusing. I know that it can be difficult. Just don't let it get you down. But if it does get you down, you just got to pick yourself back up. All right, so I hope that you learn some new meanings for this one phrasal verb. And next week, I'm just going to pick up right where I left off. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.